Good morning everyone, Sin's Vengeance here and welcome to a new series on the channel. It's called Fallen Legion and this is the Plus version, so the PC version, in which you have two games. You have Rise of an Empire and Flames of Rebellion. Normally this was a PlayStation 4 game, but they decided to bundle them together. The way it's been trademarked is actually Flames of the Rebellion and Rise of an Empire are happening parallel to each other, so there are events in Flames of Rebellion that happen in Rise of an Empire. I've got Flames of the Rebellion also on PlayStation 4. I think I might play the PlayStation 4 version of that game, Flames of Rebellion, but for Rise of an Empire, I'm gonna play the PC version. So this is Flames of Rebellion. I've played a little bit of it to see what the mechanics are. So, I know it's Sins of an Empire. I'm sorry, not Rise of an Empire. Sins of an Empire. So, a fearless princess who protects her people by fighting on the front lines receives a talking grimoire as her father's final gift. You probably can't see everything because of my face cam, but we're gonna play as her, so confirm. Play as Cecille, or how the hell you pronounce it, absolutely. So yeah, you have one life mode, which could be a nice thing for a stream or something, trying to get through it with one life. We're not gonna do that for the normal series. We're gonna do that for a stream or so. What we're gonna do for a normal series is just a new game. The mechanics are interesting, and this game is getting a lot of critique and negative criticism. I don't really know why.
Was dying.
Her country was dying.
It had been an open secret amongst the princes that our economy had been in slow decline for the last decade.
That's not good. You need economy for your country to survive.
The consequence of building an empire on conquest and then conquering everything.
That might happen, yeah. Fight and Flight, Serpentine Woods. Okay, so these are the mechanics. It's a side-scroller. So yeah. And you've got to press the buttons on the controller or on the keyboard. I'm using my controller because I think it might be easier. So press X, A, or B to make one of your exemplars attack. So the exemplars are the two characters in front of my main character. Attacking uses 1 action point. An exemplar can hold up to 3 action points. The music is awesome, yeah! Woohoo! Close. B, 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 A. Let's wait for regeneration. Ow. Falcon. Come on. Yeah! We did it! Okay. It's just pressing the right buttons. Our loyalty lies with the hero of Phenumia. Legatus Lander is emperor now. Yes, I've been reading up on this game because it's a bit weird. Legatus Lander, or however you pronounce his name, is the antagonist of Sins of an Empire. He's the bad guy. But in Flames of Rebellion, you are controlling him. So a bit of a spoiler alert there. I'm just gonna play each game separately. So first Sins of an Empire, then I'm gonna leave some time off of this game, and then Flames of Rebellion. Grimoire, he seems rather serious. A talking book. I respect your resolve, but I do not suffer traitors. Neither do I. Let's kill them. You will submit either to my will or to my sword. Your choice. I choose neither. Die. Bam bam.
Alicia's blessing.
I know some of the mechanics already, so I only don't have the blocking mechanic. Come on. Boom. Oh, come on. Let's heal again. Oh no. Die. I know some of the mechanics, so it's a bit easier now. Magic. Press Y, or triangle in my case, to cast Cassandra's Coil and blast your foes with Princess Cecile's magic. Cecille will recover a little bit of mana each time an exemplar attacks an enemy, okay. Changing spells. You can switch spells. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay. Come on. Heal. This is a... Alicia's blessing. And the warlock or magician is down. The legatus honored me with a Byvernish relic, and after I use it, your spirits will be useless. I will avenge my brothers in arms and take my Kenneth's place as the court soulmancer. This twitchy fool is right, you know. Your exemplars won't be able to scratch him. Wonderful. I should remind you, if I perish here, it will end up in a fireplace heating a peasant's dinner. Calm yourself, girl. It was centuries since I've seen this trick, but I know how to send this stooge to the void. Okay? Command your exemplars to block right before a fireball hits to reflect it back at him. Okay. And how do I... LB! Which one is LB? This one? Okay. Yeah. Come on, fire something. Come on. Boom. Bye. You are a quick study, Cecille. Now for today's homework assignment, inflict 50 attacks with a perfect block. What? Shall we begin now or after we are captured by the Legatus army? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. 50 things. Who are you? Squire. Octavia, please, you have to stop. Nothing would give me greater pleasure, and I will sheath my sword the moment your master calls of his legion. I trust you know the penalty for treason? The Legatus cannot be blamed for the zeal of his soldiers. It was only their overflowing loyalty for Legatus Lander that led the officers to declare for him when they learned of your late father's passing. So, they don't want her to be queen or something. He has done very little to dissuade them. Yes, well, few men can resist the lure of power. But I swear he gave no order for your death. Unfortunately, I am not feeling quite so generous. Your pig-headed courage forces me to swoop in and play the hero role or our journey will be a short one. All of your exemplars have been healed. Okay. Cecille's magic has been fully restored. Great. There you go. Now off to swinging sharp metal sticks and such. I love that book. Breakpoint. Inside the boss's life bar is a white pulse called the break meter. A boss will be weakened if its break meter is reduced to 0. During this, okay. Let's see already. Okay. Oh. Come on. Come on, we can do this. No, Sandra score. Let's heal. Ah, come on. I'm looking at all the wrong moments, right? Horia! Yeah! Okay. What are you waiting for? Kill her! She's betrayed you and the Empire. Sparing her will gain us nothing and may cost us everything. I have known Antoinette for years. There must be a reason. There is. Becoming the lieutenant of a man who rules the known world is very attractive. Now kill her and let us leave this camp. This way! I can see them! Ah! Charge! Tell your master if he surrenders, I'll show him mercy. If he fights, he will see none. That was a stab in thin air. What the fuck? No! Kill her! I am the Emperor, not you. As your father was once very fond of reminding me. Did we do it?
Grimoire was right though, Void, take me. How I wish I'd listened and killed the bastard when I had the chance.
Okay, why? Oh! 2 S's for defense and offense. My technique could get an improvement. Oh my god, you can't actually see that. You can't see the results, but there is a defense meter counter. It says S, which is I think the highest rank, offense as well, and technique that you can see is B. So I have to do that a little bit more, train on that. Anyway, I should see where I should put my face cam next. I hadn't thought about it. Okay, this game has an autosave future, whatever. Okay. Welcome to Phenumia. You can move Princess Cecille around the world by pressing the directional buttons. Press Y or E to open the main menu. Choose the exemplar submenu to learn more about your party members, or choose collection to learn more about the world. I need to sneeze. Bless me! Exemplar. The Agile Lands. Okay, confirm. Okay. Okay. Fine. Huh. Okay. We only have 2 exemplars. Longinus and Apollon. And collection. That's a lot. That's a lot. We're not gonna look that up right now. Maybe I'll put one history thing at the end of each episode. You know, because why not? Save data and settings. Okay. Pelican outskirts. Okay. Let's go. Loading times are quite alright. I don't even have time to read that.
As the princes saw the end coming, they turned on one another, consolidating their holdings, each turning their domain into a private kingdom.
How did you write domain? Domain? I've never seen that word. Should look it up.
It wasn't long before we saw the first peasant revolt in a century.
Aww. Did your father do something wrong? We saw that during the French Revolution.
Only a month after it was put down, we saw the second.
French Revolution reminds me of that.
The third 2 weeks later.
Yeah, your family probably did something wrong. Just like the kings in France. A few days earlier. Your arrival yesterday shattered their cavalry, and without that they cannot hope to try for encirclement. Lander! My scouts tell me their west flank is the weakest. Tomorrow I will take the 5th and what remains of the 12th cavalry and strike them there. I will position my phalanx to the east and be the anvil to your hammer. Together we will force their surrender within the... Octavia! I bring urgent news. Maurice, is that you? Why is her name Cecille and we call her Octavia? I hope they explain that. Is that you? Yes, Octavia. I must speak to you privately. Your father is dead, princess. You always take too long to get to the climax, Maurice. Who said that? Show yourself! Are you blind? You're looking right at me. Gah! A talking book? Half's blood! For a pair of battle-hardened generals, you certainly scare easily. My most humble apologies. This confounded book has a mind and tongue of its own. Is this true, Maurice? Is my father... If this is a joke, it is in exceedingly poor taste. I am afraid we have not come in jest, Legestus. His Imperial Majesty passed into Elysia only days ago. Greek mythology, Elysium. I rushed here to inform the princess that her father was dead, and that in accordance with our most ancient laws, she is now the supreme ruler of Phenumia. Father! Oh, she's got tear in her eyes. I do like the art style of this game, though. It's beautiful. Reminds me a bit of Child of Light, remember? Well, not completely Child of Light, but reminiscent. Father. As late Emperor's daughter, all his power, possessions, and prestige pass to you. As such, I have brought with me the crown, scepter, and grimoire as symbols of your new office. Your elevation must happen soon as possible. The longer the throne is vacant, the more ambitious and restless the princess will become. I see. Of course, this is just something of a surprise. I knew it was a day that would arrive eventually. I just did not anticipate that it would be so soon. That's not terribly surprising. I find humans have a shockingly weak grasp of time. And what is this? Grimoire? One of your father's closest advisors. And I admit I'm not human, but what seems a bit rude. I like that book. After all, now that your father is gone, I'm your advisor, and we can get past this what business. And if we can get past this what business, I think we're going to be the best of friends. I do not think I need the advice or friendship of a talking book, no matter how well it may have known my father. Oh no, you certainly do need my advice if you don't want this country to slip right through your clumsy fingers. Friendship is not optional, my dear. I trust I make myself completely clear. You overstep your bounds, book. No, you overstep your bounds, girl. Do you remember the Dia campaign? You would have been young. Your father nearly died. Yes, so I have heard. It was I who put nearly in that sentence, and the one I tell your successor will be a word shorter if you are not exactly as obedient as I demand. Okay. Death and I are not strangers, and does not instill fear in me. Oh, of course, it was merely the stick, which is pointless without the carrot. Okay? The gift I offer you is power, to repair your empire and make it great again, if you wish, or to simply enrich yourself if that's what you desire. At your father's behest, I took a central role in his efforts to right his country's wrongs, and if you speak with good Maurice here, you'll learn your father found my help invaluable. Is this true? You can't even see his face! Poor Maurice. Poor Maurice. You can't even see his face. Yes, regrettably. I shall describe him. He's old, he's got slick back hair, grey, and a beard. Yes, regrettably. You always knew how to bring a room down, Maurice. Be wary, Octavia. This creature sets my teeth on edge. So perceptive, and with such looks. My dear, this man is wasted as a general. Pretty and dumb is a dangerous combination in war, but an indispensable one in the capital. Listen here, you leather-bound. Enough! Things are mad enough without you, arguing with a booklender. Octavia, I urge you, we must make haste and return to the capital. If word gets out that the Emperor has passed and the only living heir is on the front lines, I have no interest in bickering with the Council of Princes. Ruling the Empire was my father's dream, not mine. She doesn't want a crown! Please, Octavia, at least say your last farewell to your father. It would do my heart good to have you safe in the capital, even for a short while. I have a great deal to think about. I would like some privacy for now, if you would all be so kind. Cecille. That does include you, Maurice, but do not worry, we'll speak soon. But wait, she doesn't want the crown, but in the previous segment she was Emperor. She called herself Emperor. It's almost... I'm almost through 22 minutes. Should I go for the next level, Silvery Grove? Or should I go for, like, the history thing? Let's go for the history thing. History of exemplars. Oh. Extremely powerful mages summon these to do battle. They are essentially the platonic form of a particular weapon, because the true platonic form of a weapon is not easily visualized. Mages are trained to focus on the images of legendary heroes associated with that particular weapon in order to give it a humanoid form. So they imagine legendary heroes from the past that wielded certain types of weapons. Okay, the Council of Princes. These nobles advise the Emperor on politics, but wield little explicit political power. They do, however, wield a great deal of economic and social power. Members are referred to as princes, but this reflects a completely ceremonial concept of family and inheritance. Princes claim power because they are the children of the Emperor, and thereby entitled to certain usage of his or her Majesty's lands. So they're not real princes, they're not her brothers. They're just people with high economic power and high social standing that do have some benefits being in this council. The Prime Legion is comprised of the best soldiers from all other legions and serves as the primary bodyguard for the sitting Emperor. In practice, however, they often decide who the Emperor will be and can remove Emperors who don't satisfy them. Oh, so they decide who the Emperor is going to be. Well, that sucks. March Congress. The members of the March Council, Margraves, engage in the research and practice of soulmancy, which borders on the edge of human knowledge and perhaps good taste as well. The March Council is not held in the highest esteem by the general population, who regard their work as somewhat unnatural, but they also provide a great deal of powerful and important magic to the Empire. So they're like the mages and so all that. Phenumia. The Empire of Phenumia encompasses a large expanse, both culturally and physically. Once a relatively small kingdom, over the last several centuries it slowly expanded to reach its current size. Although the Empire would love to bring in the additional riches that further conquest would obtain, the Empire is more or less at its limit. It has become so large that it is difficult to maintain and defend its far-reaching borders. Does that remind you of something? The Roman Empire was also that large, and because it was that large, it started crumbling. Remember your history lessons? Phenumia's economy. The economic apparatus holding up Phenumia has begun to rot and is on the brink of collapse. The rich look to protect their own holdings and ignore the plight of their neighbors. The common people can see that difficult times are ahead unless they can manage to find a place in the protection of a powerful prince. Okay, so the economy is not going well. The military. The Empire's military is composed of several legionary armies that are maintained by the Emperor's impressive coffers. The military is, in fact, where the Empire derives most of its real-world power and authority. Although they may claim to rule by divine right, the fist of the army is there to make sure people stay in line. So a bit of the police. Theology, religion. Religion in Phenumia is not particularly unified and is varied across the cultures and ethnicities that the Empire has absorbed. Although it would be overly generous to describe the Empire as religiously tolerant, they are religiously expedient and pragmatic. Especially troublesome cults that could pose a serious threat are either co-opted or wiped out, but by and large people are free to practice as they wish. The Roman Empire did something similar. They conquered, my region, the Belgian region, the French region, the Gauls and the Celts were overseas, and the Germanic tribes here, but they allowed them to keep their own religion, if I recall correctly. So the Romans had their own religion, not Zeus, Jupiter and all that, but they allowed their conquered people to keep their own religion, which was good for them, but then they started to take over habits from the Romans and all that. Elysium. The concept of Elysia was created through ideas and emotion. There are many different words for it. Some of them are cultural, some are colloquial, while others are scientific or philosophical. Some people think of Elysia like what we might think of as heaven. Some think it is more akin to hell, or maybe more like Nirvana. The point is, no one truly knows. Exactly. What happens when you die? You don't know. You know, I'm not afraid of death in itself, because that's part of life. I'm more afraid of what happens next, because we don't know. You know, the Christians, they have heaven. The Muslims, they have paradise, eternal paradise. The Vikings had Valhalla if they fell in battle and all that. And the Greeks had Elysium, the plains of Elysium and all that. Cassandra, a Phenumian goddess that represents both intelligence and madness. She believes that the knowledge to cure her madness is always within reach. Yet fuels a voracious search for all knowledge. The tragedy of Cassandra is that her immense knowledge and intelligence allows her to see the complete and often contradictory truth of everything, which would drive anyone mad. Her quest for knowledge will never end because it is that quest that makes her mad. So the goddess of knowledge and health, I would think. Tarquinius, a soldier god from Phenumian faith who is fanatically loyal and devoted to his dead prince. He wants nothing but to die in glorious battle avenging his dead lord. Only then will he be able to join his prince in the gods' afterlife. However, as a child, Tarquinius was cursed by Devon, the trickster with eternal life. Okay? No matter how horribly he is wounded, Tarquinius cannot die. The curse also prevents Tarquinius from learning of his immortality. So he wanders the world desperate for the release he can never get. So a bit of a god of war type of character. Devon, a two-faced god of trickery, Loki, and cruelty in the Phenumian faith. It is considered bad luck to even say Devon's name. Shit. Legend says you might accidentally summon Devon this way. He's not here. I don't know how he looks like, but he's not here. The male version of Devon is summoned to do evil and appears to collect on contracts made with the summoner. The female version of Devon schemes in the darkness and appears when least expected. Okay. Daphid, a heroic figure and demigod known as the mythic ruler of Tyr. That is a Norse god, Tyr. He's always at war with Morten, who is always looking to conquer Tyr. This war was made personal by Morten killing Daphid's husband and best general, the loyal and heroic Bane. Eventually, Tyr does fall and Daphid is mortally wounded, though his body is never recovered. Legends say he is still alive somewhere, working to destroy Morten and return Tyr to its former glory. And Huff, I don't know how to pronounce that, A warrior and a farmer, Beauty Half is revered by the common people. She represents the value of honest work and the strength of love for one's country and people. Her fighting was so vigorous during her final battle that it is said that her blood was thrown across the kingdom of Tyr. When her blood landed, the soil became almost supernaturally rich. A Byron person who has prodigious skill at farming and gardening is said to have Beauty's blood. Difficult things to read out, pronounce. Okay. And this, that's a bit too much. Decrease. Okay. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna save the data, confirm, saving, data saved. And I'm going to leave the very first episode of Fallen Legion, Sins of an Empire here. I like the art style, the gameplay is a bit... well, it's a nice concept, but I'm not really convinced. I'm not really convinced about the gameplay. But yeah, this is the first episode, so yeah. We're up for around 8 and 9 hours of gameplay. I've looked that one up. Flames of Rebellion is the same kind of length. But yeah, what I can say is thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.